10-15 notes. Buffs, we got Caitlyn, Gragas, Irelia, Rakan, Shen, Skarner, Swain, Yuumi. Now, people are probably going to be pretty upset about the Yuumi changes, but I don't know how good or bad they are. Another nerf to Aphelios. Wow. Nerf to Fiddle. Lee Sin. I'm hoping that they're reducing Q damage. Now, that would be good. Ornn, Thresh, TF. And these are all addressed at pro play. Is that my foot? I don't know what that was. All addressed to pro play. Then we've got changes to Spell Thieves, Frostfang, Unsealed Spellbook, and some new stuff. Rank Flex, you can queue with whoever you want. Lillia, I don't know how I feel about this character. I feel like that cross-map bowling ball thing is kind of crazy. Even if it doesn't do a lot of damage, it's kind of stupid that it even exists. And it seems like something that they'll remove, like even though it's a kind of her defining thing. Seems like something we're going to look back at and be like, wow, can you remember when it went all the way across the map? That was ridiculous. Aphelios changes, we've got Sentry activation radius down by 75 units on the turret, and the Sentry time is activation time 0.25 seconds to attack target in range to 0.35 seconds to attack target in range. Okay, so you have an extra 1/10 of a second to vamoose. Infernum, the flamethrower. Hurricane bolts no longer deal damage to all enemies they pass through. Splash missiles and normal Infernum fire bolts still do. I don't know what that means. Splash missiles from 8 to 6. Ruined splash missiles count down from 4 to 3. So this is like a double nerf. Critical Ruined splash missiles count from 8 to 5. Ruined's AoE splash missile size, Hurricane splash missile AoE length are now reduced by 100 range. Roughly 100 range. Well, whatever that means. No longer deals damage without going on cooldown. Yeah, that sounds like a bit of a bug. I don't know how this is going to play out. That's interesting. Caitlyn. AD up by 2, movement speed up by 5, that's fine. Caitlyn's a pretty good pick, IMO. But does that mean that she has higher base AD than Draven? AD is 60 base. Okay, so she has 4 higher base AD than Draven. That's fair. I still feel like Draven should actually be a lane bully. Every single lane bully that exists in the game is better than him. They're all so strong so early now. Like, Caitlyn can probably still bully a Vayne, but should Caitlyn be able to bully, like, every single character in the game? I don't know if that's very fair. Fiddlesticks. We've got reduced from... It used to be 35, right? Then it's 25, now it's 15? I want to say that that's how it was. Can we check here? Fiddlesticks. Is that where the last change is? Patch history. No, not these. Release date, last changed. I want to see like a history of his changes before this. Whatever. I feel like it was 35% and then 25%, now 15%. Gragas, we've got AP ratio up. We've got explosive cask ratio up as well. Okay, so he's just gonna be... He's strictly better. But I feel like he was already kind of doing really good, right? No, he's doing the worst. Okay. I was wrong about that. Irelia, we've got bonus attack damage per stack scaling to 16%. And bonus AD. What are these two stats? This is bonus AD and then percentage as well? Why are they both percentages? Guys, I don't know. Gains 8 to 16 based on level bonus attack speed per stack up to... Oh, okay, so those are the max. These are per stack, and then it caps here. Okay, so she can get 40%. These are all breakpoints, so it's like GP. At level 13, you can get 80% bonus attack speed if you're fully stacked. Got it. These are the caps. Lee Sin, Safeguard, cooldown up by 2 seconds. Sure, that's good. Reduces his mobility and his... Yeah, it's more just a mobility thing. But it also makes his clear a little bit less healthy too. Shen, I saw these changes. We jumped over this. Cooldown 40 to 16 seconds. I feel like Rakan has a pretty shitty passive compared to most other supports in the game. Like, imagine if Rakan had fucking Nautilus passive. Yeah, Rakan's passive just really is not very good. Anyway, they're making it trigger more often. Capped at 18. Reduced by 1.5 seconds for every level, I'm guessing. Okay. This is the shield, yeah. Shield value for Shen. This is what I was hoping that they would change because the rest of his stuff is pretty good. Shield value is base up by 20. And, okay, just flat increase by 20 at all ranks. That's fine. Even though I feel like Shen is pretty strong. And statistically, he's quite good, right? Where are you? 50%. Yeah. Not bad. He's a pretty popular character too. I think a lot of people play Shen. Or at least more now than before. His pick rate is not super high. I thought that these were all higher, but you know, he's like top 50%. His win rates are really good if you know what you're doing with him. Character, in my opinion, is quite strong, but I guess people just don't want to leave top lane, which makes sense. Skarner changes. Fracture, keep it moving. Missiles no longer loses travel speed after hitting an enemy. That's neat. The damage ratio... So this is like a mini rework on Q, I guess, huh? So it does max health. Huh. That's pretty good. Maybe people will play Skarner top. Buff duration's up by 1 second. And the cost is flattened to 15 at all ranks. Sure. Huh. Targets max health. Bonus damage ratio. So it has a damage ratio and a bonus damage ratio. That's pretty cool. We are increasing the Scorpion's damage so he's more equipped to slash through frontline targets when itemizing as a bruiser. Whatever. Swain, wow, those are some changes. The W is huge! 7,500 range? That's massive. But the damage got gutted by 60 at max, and it scales. It's down by 20 at rank 1. And the cost is decreased by 20, scaling. Never move cooldown from 9 to 10 seconds at all ranks. Okay, this is a pretty nice buff here for my boy. 50 at all ranks. Damn, why is it so cheap? What? 50 mana at all ranks and reduce the cooldown to 10. Damn. Angle 8 degrees. I don't know how that affects things. Probably makes it less good for wave clear. And this is down by a second at max. Death Hand's bolts now pass through champions. Okay. No longer restore mana. Cooldown 10 seconds. Huh. And his move speed got reduced by 10. Okay. This is interesting. Those seem like really quite nice changes for the character to give him. I think this E is just way better. The W's definitely better. Even if it's down by 60. Like, they gave it 4,000 range. That's pretty fucking good. That means that he can, like, W the wave when he's at his base turret, right? Not base turret, but, like, at least from the tier 3, like the inhib turret in mid, he can W the wave at the T1 turret, I'd imagine. That's a really fucking big W. They are reducing the cooldown or increasing it? Increased by 4 seconds, okay. Did they really have to do that? I feel like he's not even super meta right now in terms of supports. His win rate's already only 48. If you're gonna hit somebody with a nerf, I don't know why it'd be Thresh, but sure. I guess so. Do whatever you want, Riot Games. Pick a card cooldown increased by 2 seconds, scaling down to 6, sure. Yuumi, mana restore. This is a nerf to her again? What was Yuumi's win rate? 47.95. She's got a pretty good pick rate, though. Anyway, sure, whatever. People hate Yuumi. I personally think that she's a character that bypasses like a bunch of what makes you good at League of Legends. Famously, there's a player who played Yuumi support with his feet and made it to Platinum as an AD carry. Pretty interesting gameplay. Base mana regen up. Okay, it all scales. 50 AP. One of the reasons why you don't want to take Spell Thieves is because it's inconsistent. I've talked about this a couple times too, but the reason why Spell Thieves is a bad choice on a lot of mages is because you can't guarantee that you're going to be able to get gold with it. Whereas with like Steel Shoulder Guards, you can almost guarantee yourself to get wards at about 11, 13, 14 minutes. If you fall super far behind and went Spell Thieves, it can be like 20 minutes before you have any wards on the map, which makes your laning phase failure even worse, because then you lose all the map control. Unsealed Spellbook, initial cooldown 240 to 300, maximum cap, I don't know what that means. Cooldown reduction per swap, 25 seconds with each unique summoner spell. Okay. I don't really know what that means. Maybe this makes it worse, right? Yeah. Whatever. Not really that big of a patch. The biggest change is going to be Lillia when she actually comes out. What did they say about Ornn? Did they forget him? Here he is. Armor, they reduced it by 3. Okay. Whatever. This is not really that big of a patch.